something to remember, that you should and what that means is actually you should have a proper money management so that you can endure those drawdowns and those losing months, to make sure that you're still in the game when those like extremely good months are happening. So historically that has been in the end of the year. It was that in 2022 and in as well as 2021. So might be in 2023 as well. We might have a Santa rally this year as well. So yeah, that's what I was going to say about that. If you have any questions, just write it in the chat. I'm interested in answering any questions that you might have. What else? Yeah, let's look at the best algo the last 2 months. It's the new Prime DAX M3B algo. You can see it here in the left side of the equity chart. It has made 382 euros. Let me double check that. That seems, I think we have made more. Let me double check that. I think we have made actually 382 euros per month it has been active. So let's just double check what the results have been. No, sorry, that's my bad. The results for this month was 231 euros. The results of last month was 149 euros. So that is approximately 190.5 euros in those 2 months that it has been active. So on average 191 euros in the 2 months it has been active. So we're really happy with that algo. We're also happy with the other 2 algos that's running on the 3-minute time frame on the DAX 40 market. I just tweeted about it. The best algos this month all run on the 3-minute time frame on the DAX 40 market. So I just got a message that there is some weird background noise. Let me check that. Might be my mic. Yes, it is. Give me a second to fix that. It might be, let's see. Is it still that background noise? Feels like it, right? Why is that happening? I'm sorry about the weird noise. It might be... Let me pull this stuff a little bit closer. I'm sorry for any bust eardrums. Let me give me a second here. Right, what about now? Is it better? I hope it works now. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's just getting worse. But I hope it works. It works now. Also, I get feedback like 20 seconds after doing something. So I'm sitting here thinking it works, and then I'm noticing you can't even hear me. I hope you hear me now. I hope the sound is good. I will get feedback in just a couple of seconds. It's just getting worse. I hope yes, it sounds better. Sorry about that. All right, where were I? Where was I? What were we doing? Francisco, is your website working? Yes, it is working. ProRealAlgos.com. Great. Thank you for that. So, all right, please just ask me any question you have. You have the power to ask me anything now. I'm happy if you would ask me any questions that you might have about our products, about the results, about anything that's coming. If you want me to develop an algo in 5 minutes, I will do that too. But yeah, what I was talking about was the Prime DAX M3B algo. It has made an average of, what was that, 190 euros per month. So we are really happy about that. The two other algos that have been performing very well this in April also run on the 3-minute time frame on the DAX 40 market. We also have 3 other algos that have performed very well in April. It's the Plus IBX M5 algo. You can also see the results, the individual results of all algos in the list, scrolling down here. And the second algo that I would like to mention, in addition to the 3 M3 algos, are the Prime DAX M2 algos. So we have made a total of, let's see, 51.1 euros in April. What happened in the start of April, that is what I'm going to talk about now. We had it was a disaster start of April. So I woke up on April 2nd with like 20 different messages from 20 different customers saying that they lost like a lot of money during that night. And the same happened on my account. It didn't happen on all accounts. It was also a difference in how many losing trades that happened that night. But the thing that happened was that we had 20 consecutive losses within a period of 1 hour by one single algo. And it was quite a like substantial amount of money lost. The reason for this is due to 2 bugs, actually. One is a bug that has been confirmed by ProRealTime. The second bug, in my opinion, is still a bug, but we have still ongoing discussions with ProRealTime regarding this. So what happened was that we had 20 consecutive losses within 1 hour in the middle of the night on the algo called FX PRA-FX GBP Gen algo that runs on the 3-minute time frame. So this single algo made like a loss for approximately in the minimum of like 800 euros, but for some users who have a different setting of the max number of consecutive losses made twice that loss. So what we have been doing in the last month since this happened, first we of course recommended everyone to stop the algo until we could troubleshoot it and understand what happened. But after we investigated it, we could confirm that at least it's one bug being that ProRealTime has mechanics within the system to prohibit any algo making a a limit order within the stop loss level of that trade. So and it's logical. You wouldn't enter a trade on, let's say, 10,000, on the level 10,000, and the stop loss being on 10,005. So you're actually entering the trade below the stop loss, which means that the second we enter the trade, we're also being stop lossed. So in the same second, we are entering and exiting the trade with a loss. And that happened 20 times in just 1 hour. So that's the first bug. The second bug is the fact that we have placed the code that is executing the limit trades, that are adding the limit trades, that are entering the trades on the 15-minute time frame. But what we saw was that the algo actually entered trades every 3 minutes. I mean, the code is running on a 15-minute time frame. Why would it execute every 3 minutes? That's the second bug that we're still discussing, but it's that we're still discussing with ProRealTime. But I am pretty sure that they will agree with us on this. No matter if they agree on this second point, they are still agreeing on the first point being a bug, and we have a pretty high likelihood that every customer who have experienced this issue will get their money back if they ask for it. But my recommendation for you is wait a couple of days, because we are still having these discussions, and it could be good for you to have a errand number to refer to once you ask for that refund from IG or ProRealTime. So we can't ask it for you, but we can give you the information needed for them to give you a refund on those trades. So with the trades, with those trades included in the monthly results, we would have made a loss of somewhere of like between minus 700 euros up to minus 1,500 euros, depending on which settings you had in ProRealTime. So we have excluded it in this chart here, but in the Making the Million account, we always present the equity that is in the account. We are not making any adjustments. We are only presenting the equity that is in the account. Once we get refunded, that's when we increase the charts displaying the equity of that account. Now I'm just talking a lot. Do we have any questions? What's the difference between DAX 3M and DAX M3B? DAX 3M and DAX M3B both run on are based on the same core code. So all prime algos are based on the same core strategy, but they have been adjusted for the different markets and the different time frames. We have 8 different prime algos, and they run on 4 different markets. But they are based on the same core strategy, and they have been adjusted and so on. So the main difference in those two algos are actually just the variable values that's in the code. So let's say that the M3 algo have a stop loss of 1.1%. It enters a trade when the RSI 14 value is below 25. For the DAX M3B algo, that could be a stop loss of 0.2, and we could enter a trade if the RSI 14 value is under 5. So it's the same indicators, it's the same code, but we have just optimized the different variables for that specific time frame. Even though they are of the same core code, you should be aware of that. That doesn't mean that those two algos follow the same kind of behavior or are performing similarly the same months. We have months where one algo based on this prime strategy code performs very well, but another algo on the same market, but just another time frame with a different variable value could have losing months. So they are not, I'm looking for the word, they are not, the correlation between those two algos are not what you might think. The correlation between those algos are not what you might think, because those two algos have different variable values. So you might think that they would be more correlated than they are, but they aren't. So yeah, you could definitely run 8 prime algos and you would get different results for the different algos every month. What else? Francisco, do you trade CFDs or also futures? Which provider do you trade? So I'm running on IG. It's maybe not the best broker to be using, and I'm using CFD accounts and CFD instruments. It's just 2 or 3 months back since we got access, since ProRealTime got access to the interactive brokers. So now there is a collaboration between ProRealTime and interactive brokers. So that's a very good, needed, increased competition on the broker market for ProRealTime. But IG have futures as well. I'm running them on CFDs, but they both work. So our algos work on both CFDs and futures, as well as other pretty complex instruments that we have in Sweden as well. So, all right, if we have to pay $2,490 per year for every algo, how much money do we need for use every algo on 130 leverage account, and how many money can we expect in 1 year? Enough to pay the license, or we need more capital for bigger lot? $130 leverage. Let me just see what that is. If you're running on a non-professional account with IG, you have a 120 leverage. So 50% more than that. 130. If you are going to run all 25 algos, paying 2,490 euros per year, I would recommend, with the a leverage of 130, I would recommend probably minimum of 10,000 euros. So you're paying 2,490 euros for the license, and then you add 10,000 euros to your account for the algos to trade with. That's, I would say, a minimum. It's also depending on, the lot size. Yeah. So if you were to run with the smallest possible lot size, 10,000 euros is something I would start with. But again, it's not any personal recommendations. I'm not allowed to give you any personal recommendations. I can just talk out of my own experience and say what I would use for minimum, and that is 10,000 euros. There's a huge difference with Prime DAX M2 on the 2-minute time frame to pair on the yes. So what one can notice for someone who is a bit going out of the box, if you were to try out like the Prime DAX M3 algo on the US 500 market, you might find that one algo developed for one market and one time frame also works well on this other market and on this other time frame. So those prime algos, they are they have a tendency to work well between different markets. And as you say, Herman, the prime DAX M2 algo works very well on the DAX 40 M3 time frame. It has been developed for the 2-minute time frame, but it's working even better. Herman is saying it's working even better. I'm not sure about that, but if it's working even better, then you should run it on the 3-minute time frame. Okay, so with minimum sizing, how much money we can expect in the past years? So we could look into the results equity chart here. We have been live. We have been offering our algos to the public since November. It's actually in October 2019. We have made a total gain of 31,074. So the results you see here is with the minimum position size. So we have made 31,074 euros in how many months? 12, 24, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 months. So on average, with minimum position sizing, we have made a total of 79 euros per month. That is with all algos. So if we were to look at a year, we have made a gain of 952 euros. So this is the average result per year with minimum position sizing. You should be aware of that in the earlier years, we didn't run 25 algos, so the minimum equity was a lot lower. It was almost half. So with that in mind, the average gain is bigger as the number of algos have increased. So you can expect more than that, and that is with minimum position sizing. Or let me be honest here, you can't expect anything. Odds are that you can expect a lot. Odds are that you will make a lot of money. History is telling us that we have made a lot of money, but there are no guarantees. Just let me say that and make that clear. So if you would like to repay the full license of 2,490 euros, I would say, and then make more than that, I would say that you have to run at least 2x or 3x the minimum position size. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. What else can I show you? Yeah, I can show you the Making a Million. So we have an ongoing challenge called Making the Million. This challenge is to turn 5,000 euros to 1 million euros in 48 months using only our algos, only the ProRealAlgos. So we are using the 25 active algos, and we are not doing anything except on a monthly basis evaluating how is things going. Do we have enough equity to increase the position size? And we only do this on a monthly basis. So this is the challenge. Passively turning 5,000 euros to 1 million euros in 48 months. We started this in, when was that? I think it was in January this year. We have made a loss on the account. I think we were at 7,600 euros last month. Now we are at 6,953 euros. So we made a loss of 700 euros or something like that. But as I mentioned earlier, we have that refund discussion with ProRealTime, and if we get that full refund, we will approximately be at 7,800 euros or something like that. But we will not update it until we actually get the amount into the account. So what we have done here is also plotted 2 more equity lines here. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you. As you can see here, there's a yellow line and a gray line. These 2 lines represent this, the historic results of ProRealAlgos with the same reinvestment factor that we are using in this challenge. So the reinvestment factor is increasing the position size with 1 contract for every 5,000 euros earned. So we have been running our algos for 40 months now. So there are only 8 months left until we are supposed to reach the 1 million goal. So we have plotted these 2 lines to show you how would the historic results of ProRealAlgos, what will that result in with that aggressive reinvestment of profits that we are using in this challenge. And here are the stats. 14,077%. It's crazy. We also have a second alternative here. You can go into ProRealAlgos.com/making the million to see the exact details of this. But the yellow line here is only increasing the position size at the first upcoming month where the equity is less than the projected curve. So this black line here is the projected curve. And whenever the yellow line is going under the black line, that's the month that we increase the position size. It's just 2 ways to do it. Yep, so Herman, I think you already asked that questions. Or didn't you feel that you got the answer? Please let me know. But Milia is asking, the reinvestment, do you decrease it if you lose 5,000 euros also? No, that's that we don't do. We never decrease the position size. So at times that has resulted in our algos not being able to enter new trades. So when an algo enter a trade, a portion of your equity on the account will be reserved as a security margin by the broker, by IG. And if you have too many simultaneous trades, your total equity will be locked and reserved. So the next algo trying to enter a trade will not be able to. And at times when we have lost a bit of money, we have noticed that those that quite often algos are not able to take a new trade because we have a bigger position size on all our algos than what our equity is allowing. But I mean, that's a part of the challenge. This is not a recommendation. This is an extreme high risk challenge. We don't recommend anyone using it or running it. You could run it with, let's say, half the position size, and you would still make a lot of money, and it would still be a lot of risk. But at times when we have, you can see here in month 29, we have almost lost. It's almost on the penny that we have lost 50% of the total equity of the account in 1 month. So one should be aware of that the risk of blowing up the account is quite big. But if you go to ProRealAlgos.com/results, you can see a more moderate reinvestment of profits. That is the green line here. So the red line here is with minimum position size. That is also the value that we are presenting here in the results table below the equity chart. That is with minimum position size, But the green line here is with reinvestment of profits, with a very moderate reinvestment of profits, meaning that we have, at this time, we have 7 contracts, but it was first like earning 8,000 euros that we increased with 1 contract. So we are increasing the number of contracts very slowly in this green line here. And you can see, I mean, same algos, same starting capital. We have 31,000 euros gained in the minimum equity line, and we have 69,356 euros in the line here, where we have reinvested profits. Again, that shows the strength of reinvesting your profits. It's just insane how much you can earn from doing that. Any other questions? Have you checked out our learning program? We are on a regular basis adding new videos here. So let me just show you the latest video. So this learning program is free for anyone who are looking to like transform their different trading ideas into viable trading systems. This is the course you should take. It's free. You just sign up. It's an easy course structure where you watch a video, you make an exercise, you do a quiz, and then you check that chapter that you have finished it. And let me show you that. I just have to move that around.